Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Tweedy back again. And today we're going to be looking at the Tremor Combat Cast, just a little refresher for tomorrow, because Tremor does release tomorrow, Monday the 20th. Now, I don't know what time. I would assume maybe 11 a.m. to noon Eastern. That's about when Omni-Man came out, so yeah. But we're going to look at this Combat Cast, and yeah, we're going to check it out. When is the Combat Cast? Oh, it already happened. We're just watching the old one to get a little refresher for Tremor. Oh, let me turn on the sound. My bad.
Our design team wanted to
My
bring
B.
back. You can actually go Aftershock, Metallic, and Crystalline, and he has a different.
And it's quiet too. This Combat Cast was quiet.
So I'll show how it works. He starts with Aftershock. You can even see in his life bar, and he's like.
So his throw's 12%, and it leaves him right there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So you could get offense right there, and also it does 1% more than regular throw. So that's good. Right away.
And he's like the brown, rocky, kind of traditional looking clobbering time Tremor.
Right.
So he has 3 moves when he's in Aftershock. He has his rock punch. It's exactly what you'd expect. He just
lunge and punch.
Yep. It's safe on block. It knocks you away. You can use it to end your.
So she said safe on block. So I wonder what exactly it is. Is it like -7? Because they don't show it getting blocked here. I don't think, do they?
Punch. Yep.
So I wonder. Number one, I wonder what the pushback is. And then number 2, I wonder what the frame data is, because that means a lot. If it's like barely minus and pushes them back far, then that's going to be a nice little move.
It knocks you away. You can use it to end your strings. He also has Up Punch, which is a pop-up starter.
Which I'm pretty sure he also had in MKX. Yes.
And then lastly, he has his ground pound, where he comes in, he does a low, and then pieces out. So if you have a really good overhead.
So the launcher, I mean, that's self-explanatory. Now the low move, I wonder how fast that is, what it is on block, if the hits have gaps between each other that they can jump out of, or armor, stuff like that. So there's already with the Aftershock, there's a lot of things that we need to lab ourselves to see how good it is and what the application is.
For example, maybe you have a mid-screen overhead that's almost instant. You can also have a mid-screen low that's almost instant.
So good.
Which is pretty awesome.
And that's just a knockdown.
Exactly,
yeah.
right.
And so you would say Aftershock, he's sort of the attacker.
Yeah,
the
I would say
offensive one.
It's
Yo, it's good, Gojo.
It's pretty basic. It's the most kind of standard Tremor.
Right.
Kind of the one base, which is why it's the default one.
Right.
So then at any time you hit R1 and he'll come out and he'll cycle to the next one, which is Metallic. Now he has an entirely new set of moves, and they're all lava based. He has his Lava Burst, which is your mid-range, safe kind of. There's no reason not to use it.
So again, kind of the same deal as the forward punch. I wonder what that move is on block and what the pushback is like.
Lava Burst. And then this is really, really cool. He has this bowling ball, which is a low, and if you hold it, it becomes an overhead.
Okay.
So he's got kind of mid-range attacks, plus a 50-50 from full screen that you can mix up.
Oh, awesome.
Again,
so then,
straight out of MKX. It's so cool.
Right, and so then that gives you also zoning abilities or a projectile if you have a character that is lacking.
See, so I'm wondering, what if I pick Raikou and I'm throwing stars and then I start throwing those boulders at him too? That might be a day one strategy I try out.
Or if you have really good projectiles and you want to double down, mix up so you can go that way.
Right.
And maybe you have really great anti-air, and this can be a low that is going to make them want to jump. You could put out Lee May's lantern and then be doing this. It's just all kinds.
Yeah, with Lee May, that'd be cool too.
The system is the coolest part of the game, right?
Can't agree more.
Yep.
And then lastly, one more stance.
Okay.
Crystalline.
People have been looking forward to this.
Yeah, Ed kind of teased it, and I think a lot of people guessed some of the stuff he could do.
Yeah, totally.
So in Crystalline, he has 2 attacks. He has Crystalline Burst, which will reflect projectiles, and then the big one. And a lot of people were like, "There's no way they're going to do that." He did. Crystalline Armor. So once he has Crystalline Armor, it's.
So it looks like it only lasts for 3 seconds. And if you remember Crystalline Armor and MKX, that shit lasted forever. So that's a big difference right there.
Oops, I was too slow. Oh my god. Alright, here we go. So he's going to summon the armor. And he will just absorb attacks.
But it does a lot of hits, right? So it lasts like 1/5 or even like 1/10 of the time as the MKX armor, but it absorbs multiple hits. Okay.
Right.
And so the way this works, the cycling is once you do the summon, like I said, it'll go through, and it goes in a particular order. And if you hold down in R1, it goes the opposite order. So you could go from Crystalline to Aftershock instead of and skip.
Go to Magic.
Metallic,
What's up,
if
Spednos?
that makes sense. It's like the cycling.
Yeah.
So there is definitely a skill
Yes.
cap on like people who can go back.
Yeah,
and
Tremor's
forth
gonna be hard to
exactly
use, I
doing
think, 'cause
so.
all the
Yes,
stand
they have a lot
switching.
of moves, but yes, you have to be cycling.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You have to manage
always
that.
Are gonna, right. You're going to have to manage the order that you're in because you cannot go straight from Aftershock to, or sorry, you can't go from Metallic to Aftershock unless you go down, like you cycle back, if that makes sense. I just confused myself. But it'll make sense because there's only 3.
Right.
So
Right.
it's rather you want to go which order. And then there's a really, really, really cool twist, I think, really sets him apart. When you call him out, it's an ambush move, and you can transition into any of these attacks. So let me show you. Right now I'm in Crystalline. If I go to Aftershock and then immediately enter a back in R1, he will immediately, while still on screen, go into the ground pound. Like so.
Oh,
Or
interesting.
Yeah,
next
but that
in the cycle,
Takes the whole
is
bar
Metallic.
though, is the
So
thing.
let's say I wanted to do the bowling ball. I can do it that way. Or Crystalline. I can do instant Crystalline armor.
Interesting. Very
Man,
cool.
so
So that means all of his moves can also
that's
be
really
in-
interesting because like some of those moves are gonna be really busted as ambushes, but they take the whole bar. You know what I mean? When you do it like that. So I don't know. Like Tremor's like he's gonna be hard to figure out, I feel like the right way to use him.
ambush moves. If you commit to bringing him out, swapping, and then immediately doing the move. Now that's going to be somewhat risky. They can get you out of it. You're going to have to be where you are in the cycle and all that. So there's a lot of risk and a lot of thought that's going to go into it, but it's extremely powerful if you master the cycle. And I think it's one of the cooler mechanics in the game for cameos.
Excellent.
Very cool.
So that's that, huh?
I think we have one more thing to show.
Oh.
Okay.
His fatal blow. And
Okay, so here's the thing with Tremor that I'm thinking, y'all. So like we need to see what things are on block, obviously. Yo, Don, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate you. We need to see what certain things are on block. Like, what's that rock punch on block? What's like the lava thing on block? What are the boulders like on block? What's their like pushback? Imagine they have like good pushback. That would be really good because then you could pick like Raiko or someone and then like be like zoning and then you throw the boulders at him to push him back. Like that could be really good. Also, like crystalline armor, like I don't know how I feel about it. It doesn't last that long is the problem. Like I feel like everyone thinks it's gonna be like OP, but I don't know. Like it seems like it only lasts for like 2 or 3 seconds.
blow attack.
Let me go back.
Yeah, it's like the cycle, if that makes sense. I just confused myself. But it'll make sense because there's only 3.
Right.
So
Right.
it's rather you want to go.
All right, here it was.
Oops, I was too slow. Oh my god. Alright, here is 2 attacks. He has Crystalline Burst, which will
And that's all Crystalline has is the reflect and the armor. That's it.
like projectiles. And then the big one, and a lot of people were like, there's no way they're gonna do that. He did. Crystalline Armor. So once he has Crystalline Armor, it's doomed.
Let's count.
And a lot of people were like, there's no way they're gonna do that. He did.
All right, 1,
Crystalline
2,
Armor.
3.
So once he has Crystalline
4.
Armor,
Okay, like
it's
4
doomed to the
seconds.
opponent. Oops, was
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my god. Alright, here we go. So he's gonna summon the armor.
It's probably gonna be good. It's probably gonna be good.
Absorb
It's just
the
not
power.
as good as the
Absolute
MKX one,
badass.
which makes sense, right? They probably didn't want to like.
So the
Make
way
it that
this works,
crazy.
The cycling is once you do the summon, like I said.
And one thing I'm really curious about is like the Tremor low. That's one thing I'm really curious about.
So you could go from Crystalline to Aftershock.
Like, what is that on block? What's the pushback like? What's the gaps like?
So he
That's
has
the type of
moves
stuff.
When he's in Aftershock.
Because like, where is
The
it?
next
Where's
one,
that move at?
Which is metallic. Defensive. It's pretty basic. It's the most kind of standard Tremor.
Right.
Kind of the one you like base, which is why it's the default one.
Right. Right. The attacker. That's just a knockdown.
Low that's almost
So good.
which is an overhead that's almost instant. You can also have a mid-screen low that's almost
So good.
Yeah, see, look, it's like, how many hits is
You
that?
can also have a mid-screen low that's almost
3 hits.
which is
So
pretty awesome.
depending on what that is on block
Exactly,
and like what
right.
chip it does and all that, like that could be really
You would say
good.
Aftershock, he's sort
That
of
could be really good to like do on block.
Yeah,
The
I would say
offensive
it's,
one?
it's
Yeah.
offensive.
I don't know, we'll see, we'll see.
It's pretty basic. It's the most kind of standard Tremor,
Right.
kind of the one like base, which is why it's the default.
Yeah, we could. Here's what I'm wondering. So like, depending on how good some of the stuff is on block, we could be doing like Aftershock stuff on block, stuff like that, and then maybe like whenever we get like a good like combo, good setup, maybe then ambush into armor and then take a risk. Like say we're in like a big combo, like and we're towards the end of our combo, we do ambush, Tremor armor, and then on offense we take a big risk, like we go for like a throw, we go for like something unsafe, whatever, and then it's like they can't really punish us because we got armor on. You know what I'm saying? That's a little like half-baked strategy I'm already thinking of in my head. You could also maybe do metallic, maybe throw boulders, stuff like that. And then when like take Raiko for example, he's a character where it's like, are you gonna command grab? Are you gonna do like a mid, stuff like that? So like, say you land like a combo with Raiko, and towards the end where you're doing like the little ender, you could do ambush armor and then take a big risk on knockdown, and it's not as risky because you have armor up. Those are just a couple ideas I'm thinking of in my head right now. Let me know in the comments down below, like some ideas y'all have. I'm pretty excited to get into Tremor. I think he's gonna be pretty hard to use. Not as hard as like Shujinko, because obviously Shujinko, you gotta like change what you're doing against every character in the game, stuff like that, different options. But besides Shujinko, I think Tremor is gonna be the hardest cameo to use, and I'm excited to dive into him. I think I'm gonna try him first with maybe Raiko. I know it's Raiko, but I think Raiko sounds cooler, and Raiko's not a he doesn't exist, so he can't do anything about me saying his name wrong. He can't beat my ass or anything like that. So that's going to be it on the YouTube side of things. People watching on my Twitch, don't leave. I'm not ending the stream. I'm just in the YouTube video. Appreciate y'all. I am going to be diving into Tremor tomorrow. Later.